I have initiated my royal protocol. It looks like my kingdom is falling. Let's see what the card spirits have for us. Today we have good deeds. Let's see what is commanded of me. Are you guys curious? I know you're not, but I'm going to show you about how our stack is looking. We still have that many episodes of stuff to go through. Pretty exciting. Very easily, this is like, what, 200 more videos? Anyway, I haven't kept the cards that I have already gone over. I wish I did. That way I could compare the done versus the pending. Help out friends with a newborn baby, make them a nice meal. Fortunately for me, nobody is having kids because we understand that children are a scam. They are parasites to this world, just like the rest of us humans currently here. They just literally aren't worth it. So fortunately for me, this is one that I can completely dismiss and I don't have to do anything with, and I don't have to commit, and I don't have to respond to in any way. So boom, that's it. The end. In all seriousness, I think the person that I shared with you guys who is expecting a baby, it's very possible that maybe they won't be in town when that happens. It all depends on one factor. It all depends on something that doesn't seem probable, but it could happen, which is a job becoming available in another area. This individual who's interested in moving up would be the individual going out for this opportunity. The facility for this to take place doesn't even exist yet. It would have to be incorporated, brought into that area. There's a 50-50 chance that it could process and roll and happen, but it's not even something that's in the works. I think that that is the way that things should be, and that way I can yet again continue to avoid having any kind of contact with children, because you guys know that I don't like children. I have zero plans on having them. Nothing is going to change my mind. I am sorry for the squad of like 3 of you that I have in the comments who keep telling me that you wish that I changed my mind because I would make a great mother and I am needed and all that type of shit. Trust me when I say I am not qualified to have children. I do not want to learn as I go. I want to be prepared. I'm never going to be prepared. I am not taking the steps that I believe as a responsible person would put me in the position for that to be possible. And even if I did, I would rather use that for other opportunities, other experiences than children. And on top of that, I don't like the stress that children incur. I just don't. Me maintaining myself alone is a big project. It demands a lot, it requires a lot, and I like to do a good job at it. I do not want to alter that to accommodate a child. And even if I knew people who would be willing to lend me their support, it would be a temporary, no feeling of being compelled to commit to supporting me would be there because they're not family, they're not relatives. I feel like relatives can at least have a degree of commitment, but I would be relying on other people and I can't do that. I know how I would be. I'm a faithful person and friend, daughter, girlfriend, you name it, worker. When it comes to having a literal child, can't see myself doing that. And again, the reason I'm making this topic, like everything about myself, is because it doesn't apply to me. I don't know anyone with a baby. The individual I expressed the other day who is having one, anything can happen. Maybe this creature will not make it. I don't want to wish bad luck upon them. I don't mean ill intent. I'm just keeping it real. Some people have things happen in a certain term and it may end up costing the baby. Pregnancy is something that is very risky. And I don't know about you guys, but a lot of us don't be feeling well nowadays. I don't think that a vast majority of the population is even in the proper shape to be bearing children anyway. So I'm just saying, a life-changing event could completely change that. And let's not mention that maybe that could happen to me. If I were to have a child, maybe this child can cost me my own life. So no, I'm already here. I made it. I won the race. Too bad. I guess I would have to choose to make a meal for someone who already has kids and not necessarily a new one. And that way, give them support. There is someone who I'm thinking about as I say this. Her son is already like 14-ish years old, but she's describing how she's going back to school and her sister is also sick. She's a single mom, and for sure I know that she could use the support. And I was already intending to give her a couple of bucks at least to help her stay afloat. And fortunately, I see her pretty often, so I can do this at any time. I've been dropping the ball, and when she's there, I get so busy that I forget to hook her up. When it comes to newborn children, heaven forbid if you find me in the vicinity of any of that. And yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. I know this is a pretty cold, cruel, crude opinion, you name it. I can't fake it. I do not feel any kind of passion toward children. And I think another thing that discourages me a lot is the behaviors that I observe from parents and from the children themselves. Those are potentially going to be the children that my kids are going to be associating with. That's all they have going for them. That's all they have to count on in this country. In addition, here in my local area, I've been hearing about issues in buses, issues at bus stops, issues in schools. I'm pretty sure that if I were to actively look for this information, I would discover that teachers in my area are quitting as well. I don't want to move and relocate in the name of this is going to provide maybe a better experience for my child. Competing against temptations, being worried about another fucking creature and what they're being exposed to. Are they telling me everything? Are they talking to me? Can they judge what's good for them and what isn't? Can I trust them? Are they going to be strong enough to resist other people picking on them because you don't have the newest phone, or you don't have a phone at all? Because I wouldn't give my fucking child a phone. You don't have a tablet, you don't have these fucking toys that I didn't grow up with. And I would want to raise my child pretty much with an experience similar to mine, except that hopefully the father would be present and stay present. But the most I would do for my child is give them my old generation video games, nothing that can connect to the internet. I would be very controlling, very invested in my child, but my child is going to hate me because I'm going to do this during whatever little bit of time I have to interact with them, because I don't have money. My would-be father doesn't have money like that either, and I don't want him to work harder. I don't want to work harder, and it's just not worth it. Like, there is no way that, at least in my local area, which is where I want to stay and should stay, would support me with bringing a child. So no, the best thing you can do, the biggest favor you can do to yourself if you don't want to ruin your life, is don't have kids. If you do have them, try to have them when you're sure that you will get the support that you yourself feel that you need. Not what anybody else says, like, yeah, in the beginning it's hard, you're figuring it all out, blah, blah, blah. No, those people's opinions technically don't matter, because you became a parent at a time that differs from the time that we're going through now. Your opinion to me doesn't mean anything. I want the opinion of the parent who became a parent a week ago, a month ago, 6 months ago, tops. Take it from there. And then anybody else who became a parent maybe like a year ago or 2 years ago, it's like, oh yeah, how's that shit going? How's school going? What is the cost of that? Nobody will convince me. Anytime that the topic of children comes up, this is what it's gonna turn into. So don't try to change my mind. It is not happening. No amount of, you're gonna be alone in the future, you're not gonna have support, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't have a future. I can tell. Well, there you guys have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on this one, your personal thoughts. Are you a parent? Are you a wish I could be parent, but you're being cautious? Are you someone who's absolutely not interested at all? Or are you someone who is a parent and that was a mistake? It was an accident because you did not mean for that shit to happen, but the shit happened. Now you're stuck with that. Let me know. I am particularly interested because I like it when I have a direct interaction about this topic with someone as opposed to incidentally running into it and then I'm left to evaluate things based off my individual criteria. Okay, I gotta work out. Bye!